Hi everyone, I'm Ben from SalesSPACE and this is another tech tip. In today's tech tip, we'll be using the CRM to see where our leads are coming from and how we can optimize our lead report. Okay, so firstly we log into the CRM, then we click on the Reports tab. Then on the left hand side, we scroll down to Lead Reports. So this is where all of your reports that are based on the leads module here will be stored in this leads section here. So Zoho does include a number of these by default, and then you can create your own as well as edit the existing ones. So the one we're looking at today is leads by source. So if we click on this, so as the name implies, what this does, this report, is it groups all of your leads by the lead source field. Okay, so lead source is a field that's on your every lead. So if we click here, we'll open up this one, have a look. Okay, and just here this field under lead information is lead source with a drop down. Okay, so that's what we're basing this report off. So you can see here we've generated our report. So the first thing we need to do, we'll just have a look at it and see if we can optimize this. So the first thing we can see is that this here, there's a blank dash next to these two leads. So what this means is that these two leads have nothing in their lead source field. So that is a problem. I mean, really every lead should have a lead source of some sort. So the actual problem could be either that we haven't set that field on those records, or that perhaps one of our users went to set it but the right option wasn't available in the drop down. So either way, we need to sort that out. So the first thing we need to do is fix the data. So by fixing the data, we need to open up both of these records and then go and set this field. Okay, and then we need to address the problem. So I've got Mickey Mouse open here. So we'll go and set this one. Okay, so that one's fixed. We'll do the same for this. So we can just right click on their name. Because it's blue, it indicates that this is a link. So this actually links to the record. So you can just open that up in a new tab. So we can see it opening up here. Okay, we'll update our lead source as well. Okay, so now we come back to our report. We can just refresh it. Okay, so that's fixed up those blank ones. The next thing I would do just to solve that actual problem is I would go and make this a required field. So I think there's no reason why we shouldn't have lead source as a required field, and if we do that, then that helps anyone that's adding a lead into our system. They'll know when they go to save it that they need to complete that field there. So to do that, we go up to settings, modules and fields, leads, okay, we'll go down to the lead source field. We'll just click on the three dots and mark it as required. Okay, so you see here it has the little red line, so that's an easy way to tell that one's required. Then we'll click save. Okay, so now we've fixed our data and we've fixed the source of that problem, so that's good. Now we can have a look at the remainder of our report here. So you can see we've got one from LinkedIn, one referral, 4 from the website contact form, and 4 from the website ebook. Okay, so that's an important point to note here, is that we've broken up different leads from the website as to the different parts of the website they're coming from. So contact form versus from an ebook download. So I definitely recommend doing that. So that really helps you later on when you use these reports, helping you understand how many leads are coming from those particular points on your website can be useful. So if you were doing a website rebuild project, for example, just being able to pull these numbers, you could do a 12-month report and find out how many leads came from the contact form versus your ebook, and you can use that to drive the decisions about your website. Perhaps you need to make your ebook downloads more visible. If you aren't getting a lot of downloads there, perhaps people just prefer contacting you via the contact form. There's lots of information that can be found in your reports, but as long as you have good quality information and it's granular enough, then you can use that to help drive some decisions in your business. Okay, so now we're happy with this report. The other things we can do up in the top right, we can create a chart on top of this. So this will just help us visualize it. So we'll choose a pie chart for this one. Okay, so that just helps us visualize where our data is coming from. We can click on each of these sections here and that will show us just that data. So if we wanted to see just those 4 that have come from the website contact form, we can click on this. And then this takes us to a sort of filtered report. And then we can see those, so we can obviously open those up if we need to. And you'll see here the filter. Okay. Alright, and the other thing we can do here is we can email that out to ourselves or to our other users in the business. So that's just emailing this report instantly. And if we wanted to schedule it out for later, we can use the schedule report option. So if we go back here, that's under here. So I've got a separate video on that one, but that's fairly straightforward. We just come in here and click New Report Scheduler. Choose our report, the type, the date, and then how often we want to repeat that report. So is it a weekly, monthly, yearly, or daily? Okay, so quite simple, quite straightforward. So I hope that's been useful for you, and hope that gives you some tips about your lead reports and where to find that information.